Alright, so it's been a while, hasn't it? I hope you're doing alright. Welcome to another episode of the long since belated Iron Spectates. We're coming up towards the end of the season, and I gotta say, I have not nearly done as many Iron Spectates this season as I really thought I would. Pretty sure, is this the first season where we've had Iron as a rank? I'm pretty sure it is, so like, I mean, it was a bit of a hit for me trying to get, like, trying to change everything from Bronze Spectates to Iron Spectates, but, because, like, let's be honest, like, Iron, it's actually, at least the low end of Iron is actually quite a difficult role to get. I'm sure there's someone out there who's Iron 4 that is just shedding one single knowing tear. But for real, like, it's hard to find a game where it's a lot of Iron players, or, like, a lot of, like, low Iron players. This game, it's kind of 50-50, like, we've got some Bronze 4s and stuff like that, like, because it's the end of the season, maybe this game was played late at night, it's actually quite difficult to have a game where the average MMR is Iron 4 or Iron 3, however, we do have some Iron 4 superstars. I will keep that quiet, who is actually Iron, so that maybe you can leave in the comment section down below who you think it is. For real though, if you want to see more of these, if you want to encourage more of these, please consider subscribing. It would really, really mean a lot, and if you like this video as well, to be like, Ross, we like the Iron Spectate series, please continue bringing it back. You know, as we're, like, potentially working up towards doing 2 videos a day, that'll be hard pogging it from start to finish, like, literally an hour a day plus if Ross pogging it off all cylinders. Like, this is a very good series for potentially doing that. Like, I don't think that, like, it's a series that you can just watch from start to finish. It's not, like, one that is, like, totally, like, high octane all the time, but you can put it on the background and most certainly, like, you know, you can have a good time watching it. So yeah, let me know with the analytics, with the subscriptions, with all that jazz, so when I look at this analytic in a week and forget that I made this video, I'll be like, whoa, that did way better than I thought it would. Pause the video. I also stupidly forgot to mention during the recording of it, because I was getting hyped up about doing another Iron Spectates, that if you want to send your own Iron Spectates or Spectates of your low elo games for me to just have some fun with, the email, and I'm not going to say it on camera because I'm not sure which one we're going to use because Gmail storage is not great and we have to kind of mix it up sometimes. The email will be on screen for you up there. Please use that one, and let's get on the video. As far as teams go, I'll be honest, they actually aren't that particularly strange. Apart from, like, we've got Ornn on bot side right now. Quinn top. I mean, and also the one that I'm going to be probably having a strong look at is going to be Akali on mid. Now, Jax, he's still going. He's going for it, dude. He gets a counter strike under the tower. That's going to be a tower hit and ignite coming off of Quinn, and that's the auto attack into flash. The ignite finishing him off for first blood. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? It's 2 minutes into the... Buddy, I don't know what you're pulling, but I would rather you did more of that, actually. I was going to say I'd rather you didn't, but hell, if you want to do that and then immediately TP back to lane for round 2, oh, I'm all for it, guys. He's going straight in for round 2, man. Round 2, gets blinded. He is finally backing it off. That is a lesson learned. Now, there's a guy called mid. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the absolute champ that is Jax hitting out. The Jax buffs do be hitting kind of hard, though. I'm interested to see, there's certain champions I always love to see in Iron. One of them, I'm sorry to say, is Akali. She's a really high skill cap champion, and I'll be honest, I don't think I can't play her very well. I'd be incredibly surprised to see somebody in Iron play her well. That didn't get the counter strike down, but that's a nice gank from Xin Zhao. Maybe the first kill from Quinn onto the Jax actually set him up nicely for, like, a false sense of security, I suppose you could say. But yeah, like, I love seeing champions that are vaguely high skill cap being played in Iron. It's just, it's a thing I like, you know, not in that way, obviously, but, like, you know, like, it's cool. I love seeing the off meta picks. I love seeing the high skill cap champions be played to not a great degree, because maybe I see a little bit of myself in the gameplay. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on... I mean, I was going to say we're going to be keeping a close eye on the Akali, but for real, I don't know. This Jax, he's just, like, dude. I mean, buddy, I mean, that's wave management in Iron, for sure. That's certainly wave management in Iron. I don't know if that's thumbnail. Is that a thumbnail? Like, League of Legends, but this is what wave management in Iron 4 looks like? I don't know. Could be. Man, right. But yeah, Ornn bot lane as well. Listen, I mean, to be honest, I'm pretty sure, or I'm pretty convinced you could play Ornn basically anywhere. They've got the E coming out of that. The W managed to hit. The Bristle does so much damage. Then the W from Kaisa picking up the kill onto the Misfortune there. Whilst mid lane, we have the Xerath getting ganked by the Xin Zhao. The E comes out from Akali to try and get her away. The Q from Warwick. What is she doing? She goes in with the E into that on the Xerath, and then she gets killed by I think it was a minion. I need to refresh this a little bit, right? So like a good gank, then almost a miserably failed gank. Warwick kind of fails his Q. If he held that Q, it would have been big. I think it was a cannon. The cannon just smashed her, dude. It might have been a little bit of red buff there. He's alright, he's kind of trapped behind enemy lines at this point. He smites a minion. Buddy, what? He's gonna get... He's not gonna get away. That's Xin Zhao picking up that kill as well. That's is that 2 kills for Xin Zhao on that one fight there? Actually, Akali got the pick onto the Xerath. So, and he got the Quinn kill as well. So realistically, that was a very good fight for Red Side. Red Side, that was not too shabby. Granted, I will say Xerath kind of got styled by the Akali just a little bit. But still, we're 4 minutes in and there's been 6 kills. If there's one thing you can rely on in these games, even in Plat 2 games, there's going to be a lot of action. There's going to be a lot of kills. There's going to be a lot of gold flying left and right across the board. Nobody has any regard for their own safety. If they don't have any regard for their safety, like myself at my current elo, then hell, I would be surprised if they did here. I mean, literally, I think I've spectated like Iron Korea before, and like, I swear to God, they're like easily gold level players. But like in North America Iron, hey, listen, this isn't me being a patriot. If there was a Scottish server, I think we'd all be challenger, because it'd be about 4 of us. There'd be 4 of us playing on the server, and we'd be the top 4, which would theoretically be challenger. But you know, I think like with a big server population, you're just playing the numbers game at that point, right? You're playing the numbers game when it comes to North America. Like, there's a lot of funky shenanigans that happen on this server vis-a-vis a level 4 dragon. I mean, it's a fair dragon, to be honest, but I mean, literally nobody could tank it for Xin Zhao. Nobody is out here being like, yo buddy, do you want me to tank this for you, Mr. 17 HP Xin Zhao tanking fire dragon? I don't know. So Jax, we maybe caught the tail end of him trying to fight the Quinn there, but let's see. This could very possibly be the exact same scenario that we saw mere moments ago at the start of the game. Actually, quite a close kill though. Quite a close fight, I have to say. It wasn't really something that I expected to be like an auto attack in it, but it turns out that there was an auto attack in it. Xin Zhao flashing it onto the Xerath there. Doesn't get the knock up. I think he hit a minion. Barrier comes out from the Xerath though. Now we have a Xin Zhao who's super duper low. Also, the Xerath is very close to hitting 6. If he can just power through, potentially, if he's got the eye of the tiger, I think he's going to go for an ulti here, possibly. Wait for it. Is he going to try? Nah, he's too late. I don't think he's going to try and get the ulti off. If that was me, I'd be like, yo, hit 6, immediately go for potential ultimate picks there, try to hit the tower. He was sitting right under the tower. It gives you vision. I think it would have been a done deal. Because let's be honest, I mean, even any elo, once you start backing, the shop's already open. Like, you're really not paying a tremendous amount of attention. You're already thinking, what am I going to buy in this here shop? You're not thinking, I better watch out for the Xerath who's just about to ding 6. Right, here we go. This could be potentially a fight. We got Ignite coming in from Akali there. We got the flash from Xerath. He has ultimate. He is possibly going to use it. Is he? If he hits another ultimate, he may just do it. I guess we got to check top lane though, because it turns out that Jax might actually be smurfing this time. I mean, he's not smurfing on the CS front, but then again, like 6 minutes in, I don't think really Quinn is either, compared to like how much presence she really has in the lane. So she E's. Jax comes in, does a bit of damage. He didn't tank tower this time, which means he is learning. He's backing it off, runs to the tower. She walks his face first into a bush. Does she have a ward? I think she probably should, or does, but she doesn't use it. That is the worst possible case scenario you could ever have for walking into that bush. Let's see if that works. See if we can get ourselves some... Yeah, actually, it runs the Warwick as well. Or does he? He might just do it. He might just do it. Okay. Well played. Very well played. He's back in the game. If all chat does work, I would expect to see a question mark in chat from Jax. so I can presume that all chat isn't working. It's a very finicky beast. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But realistically, like if I was at Jax, and if any other human being was at Jax, once you've come from like a level 1 failed fight into that, you definitely type question mark in the all chat. Right, we got the Ollie coming in from Xerath there. He's holding it. He missed it. He missed the donut. 3 shots, 3 misses. It's a good effort. You do miss 100%. Confucius does say that you do miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Like, Confucius also says, yo, dude, send it. That is not an actual Chinese proverb, by the way. Please don't fact check me on that one YouTube comment section. It's not true. I mean, she was just tanking Misfortune all attacks, huh? I mean, isn't it for terror plating? That being said, she doesn't have a lot of mana. She doesn't have a lot of mana, so it really wasn't all that big a risk. The big risk is on its way, though. The big risk is realistically coming in. He does fail his E, though, so he actually doesn't get the fear down. That's an immediate pick onto the Kaisa there as well. Okay. She's sitting on 10 HP, and she's not going to get... No. The Yuumi hadn't leveled her ultimate yet. She might still do it. All attack Yuumi. There we go. The Yuumi is pulling it out. She's going for the 1v1. Don't go for the 1v1, please. I beg you. You've got E up. You could still make this work. I would love it if you did, to be honest. It would be hilarious. It would be hilarious if you tried to 1v1 the Ornn. I mean, it almost worked. We have the Yuumi. She is 6, but what she hasn't done is she hasn't put a point into her ultimate yet. She's clearly like a clicker, maybe. I don't know if Yuumi players in this elo are just, they click their abilities, but for sure, you could see a lot of panic in that Pixels, in that collection of Pixels eyes, wherein, you know, they died and they were like, oh god, what have I done? I need to click on my ultimate and level that up immediately, because I honestly think that would have been the difference between, you know, what just happened and like Kaisa getting dropped and Misfortune maybe getting a pick or so. She TP? No, she just ran back to lane. That's how long the fight took? Okay, fair enough. Alright, Quinn. 3 picks, 30 CS. It's time to roam, apparently. Herald got dropped mid. I actually didn't realize that Xin Zhao took that, but there you go. Got some decent damage. Blind going on to the Zen there as well. The donut, she's going to flash from it. Actually pretty smart. Like, I don't know if it was entirely necessary, but that being said, like, it's not all that often you get to see somebody just who's like, I'm going to play it safe. Yuumi, playing with fire, somewhat. Jumps off to heal himself and then run away. Point blank range bullet time, brother. That is a nice one. We got Ornn rocking up. He's almost got his ultimate up. Yuumi is just healing herself. I mean, realistically, I mean, I hope they understand that like they're not in any major danger unless they keep on hopping off to heal themselves. Like, stop doing that. Just stay on your Misfortune. Like, you've got no mana now. Even if, I mean, you do have blue buff from killing Kaisa, which is, you know, she's done it 4 times. For her ease, that's like 60% of her whole mana pool just thrown down the toilet there. For some reason, dude, I swear to God, every single time I looked up, it's the same fight with different levels. Jax, he jumps onto the Quinn. He doesn't use Counter-Strike. He walks into tower. He is ignited. He is shot. He Counter-Strikes far too late. It's a tale as old as time, right? We got Ornn coming down bot lane, completely whiffs it right. Doesn't even almost hit. He hits people. He hits the enemy bot lane and the enemy and a different zip code. Xerath comes down. Hold on a minute. Xerath comes down to slap some damage down. Miss. That Kai'Sa's too tanky, dude. But regardless, is Yuumi got ulti? Yuumi has ulti. She's just choosing not to use it. She jumps onto the Misfortune to die. Yuumi ulti still up. Yuumi, please God, use your ultimate. Yuumi. Use your goddamn ultimate, dude. You could have killed them again. Can you imagine? Right, Warwick's coming in. E misses from Ornn. Decent Arcano pulse there from the Xerath. That's what it's called. That's what it's called. That being said, he's now 3v1. Misfortune is on a planet, but it's definitely not Earth. Another Arcano pulse? I mean, another Arcano pulse. I mean, there's pickups to be had here. Ornn turns around to try and get the E down. I mean, Xerath's still running He's still running. He's putting up a good fight. This could be picks. It is the most certainly picks. That I don't know if that W hit. I'm pretty sure the Kai'Sa barely missed it. The Zera out there. This could be incredibly good. Could be incredibly good for the Misfortune. It's not going to be anymore though, because we have the E, the Q misses entirely. The W comes down. The Q finally hits. Warwick, buddy, hello there. Well, okay, dude. Well, okay, fair enough. Flash comes out. The tower hits. So, okay, I need to rewind. I don't need to rewind. I need to like hold on a minute here, because there's a lot of things. There's a Yuumi mid now versing an Akali. I need to slow everything down somewhat. Okay, so blue side, they've got their dragons on lock here. There's not really a tremendous amount of vision on red side here. Even then, there's a bit of a jungler diff happening right now. Everything can change. It's not that big a deal. Listen, it's all to play for. Don't get me wrong. Literally anybody can win this game. The kills are not all that tremendously different. Okay, Arn, hold on a minute here. What happened there? Is he lagging? He whiffs that royally. He taps that one more double tap in that. Oh, wait. Arcano Pulse? Wait, not Arcano Pulse. Sorry, what's the Xerath ultimate called? I can't remember. Right of the Arcane, brother. Decent. Very nice. Yuumi, you jumped off on the tower dive, dude. Almost left her Quinn up a certain creek without a paddle. Who does? Wait, come on. You commit to the dive. What are you doing on this one? Unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes on that one, man. I don't feel like I'm taking personal jabs at people in this series. I think that's why I haven't done it in a long time, because, you know, with the way the channel's gone over the last like year or so, I like looking at the positive things, and I like being positive. I like being a positive force in the community. So like, I always felt like I never felt like Iron Spectates or like Bronze Spectates was like a mean-spirited thing where like I'm here to just like trounce on, haha, you're Iron, I'm Platinum too, and I have been for 4 years. Like, it's never been about that. I think it's always just been about like, we all mess up. Like, I make so many stupid plays on a minutely basis, and I think it's fun to watch. And as it just so happened that this particular rank makes those mistakes a bit more regularly than other people, then yes, I think so. But like, you know, I would like to offer some criticism that maybe like, I don't think any of these people care or will watch this video. But like, I think there's some positive notes to be taken here. For instance, like, we can go down the list. Like, Jax, don't fight level 1. For instance, Akali, pick another champion. Kai'Sa, great work, keep it up. Ornn, I respect the pick, to be honest. Like, maybe just be advised we are ultimate. Quinn, you don't need to roam at level, you know, with 30 CS at like level 5 or 6 or what have you. Like, as soon as you get ulti, you could roam. It does work. It could work. But just like, you know, you're not going to be against a Jax that is like, you know, a bit of a peanut brain like every single lane. So you got to make sure that you do have your priorities before you push, and that you got to be careful, because if I was playing Jax and you left lane all the time and you were never in lane, I'd just be split pushing, farming up like a champ. Misfortune, find a duo. Don't ulti point blank range. One thing that I've actually learned with Vaporeau Dark is do not like worry about your ultimate. The ultis will come. The ultis, let them happen naturally. Don't go into a fight expecting to pop that ultimate, or don't go into like a skirmish being with the intention of dropping it. Be like, if it is necessary to do so, then we do so. You know what I mean? Yuumi, maybe find another champion. Or, I mean, to be fair, that's a very basic champion, but like, you know, like, learn what they do. Level up your abilities as soon as you hit that level, and use the ulti. This is what my suggestion would be. But this is all good feedback, I think. It's a free coaching, dude. It's from somebody who doesn't know how to play the game. But yeah, Quinn seems to be doing absolutely fine. I did not realize what her score was, I'll be honest with you. 12 and 3 was not the number that I had pictured in my head. I was thinking like 4 and 5, 4 or 5 kills, maybe 2 or 3 deaths. But now that I'm looking at it, yeah, she's kind of fed. Going for the Sanguine Blade. I'm not sure if that's like totally conducive to the levels of roaming with which you're doing. I suppose if you're roaming to solo lanes, then that's totally fine, but you're kind of like going bot quite a lot. Or she's been bot maybe like 2 or 3 times over the course of the game, and I'm like, You're lucky that they're not actually there half the time. Or at least half of them aren't there half the time, because otherwise that Sanguine Blade kind of does lose a considerable amount of efficiency very quickly when you're like, I'm going to gank bot lane with a Sanguine Blade, and then you get within 4 meters of them and your attack speed goes down to like 0.8 or something. You're like, well, maybe next time. But yeah, Herald dropped on mid. It doesn't really matter, because like, look, the Quins, they got flash from that. Sanguine Blade now ineffective, but regardless, that has been popped. She picked up Storm Razor as well, which is, she's gonna hit pretty damn hard, I'm gonna say. We got a bold Dark Seal coming at Xerath. Miss Fortune still working towards her her Essence Reaver right now. But that being said, bad things are happening. Bad things are happening to blue side. We're starting to get a bit of a kill differential here on, you know, Jax. I honestly, I'm not sure what Jax has been doing. I haven't really tremendously been watching him all that much. Vamp Scepter and then like 2/3 of a Trinity Force. I feel like you probably just want to like finish an item at that point. I don't think that Vamp Scepter is going to do you much good into Quinn. Just in saying that though, I'm not sure what would. Presumably a Ninja Tabby and then something. I don't know. Probably Phage or something, or I don't know. But real, or even maybe like Sheen. That's a good pick though. That's a big shutdown. Big shutdown for Jax. The bullet time coming down, actually pretty decent. The Rage of the Arcane coming out as well there. Is that what it's called? The Rage of the Arcane comes down. Hits a couple hits onto that Zinzao. They're backing up. I mean, it does look like Jax is ready to tussle. Counter-Strike comes down, manages to win the stun. The Ornn hits it from downtown though. They're collapsing onto the Xerath. He misses the Q. It doesn't really matter though. He's dead anyway. The Misfortune flashing away there. The ulti from Akali comes out, and Yuumi is going to be left to run it. Never mind. Warwick coming in for the flank of the sentry. Is he going, wait, is he? Oh, he just had the passive speed. He had the big boy speed from the Akali. He got granted zoomies. He hits the W. Zoom. Then he finds himself in a bit of a sticky situation. I'll be honest, if I was the Warwick, and then, you know, the Zinzao's pretty much offering himself up to you, I feel like, you know, there's like a second or two wherein he could have turned at any point there and been like, you know what, I'll take you Zen. He didn't. It is what it is. But yeah, like, the kills have very much quickly evened out. Blue actually have a gold advantage, which is surprising to me. Considering, I mean, that being said, the eggs are all in kind of one basket, right? Like, there's a lot of eggs in the Quinn basket. That being said, this, you know, I don't know if they're duo. They could be duo, to be honest. I probably should check that. The Yuumi is heading towards the Quinn. Based on the fact that the Quinn seems pretty indifferent to the Yuumi. That's a nasty combination right there. The Quinn and the Yuumi combination. Pretty dirty. Don't like seeing it. I don't like playing into it because it's outrageous roaming potential. The adaptive force on the Quinn, which keeps her like relevant a bit longer, is very dirty. Flash off of the Jax there. It didn't really do much, but there was at least some, you know, initiative taken from the Jax to try and make something happen here. Akali did have her ulti. She just didn't really choose, or didn't really want to go in there. But like, I understand both sides of the argument here. I can 100%, you know, get where both of them are coming from. That is a very clutch Yuumi heal as well there. I do feel like the Akali probably could have picked that up. She did have her Shroud up during that entire time. So like, I'd see like a Shroud into like ulti, into E, into ulti again. Would probably finish off. I tell you what we need to see at some point during this game. Like, we've got Sanguine Blade. We got a Warwick. We've got like the Yuumi. Grievous Wounds needs to be purchased at some point during this game. It probably won't, but it should, right? I don't even know if that is an item that is on anybody at that particular elo range's like radar, but it definitely is something worthwhile. That's a really nice Counter-Strike collapse on that right now. 1,000 gold shutdown for the Quinn. They're coming out onto the Zinzao. That's another pickup. That's going to be a Baron call. I will bet my life not on the fact that they do Baron right now. They are going for it. What did I say? I don't know if we have to censor that particular phrase, but we're going to send it nonetheless. It's a Baron for Blue's side. Warwick, he doesn't... is he any the wiser? They got awards on it, but he is just sitting there. He's prepping. He might be prepping for red buff, actually. No, he's calling pings onto the thingy. He's calling pings for it. They know he's there. He hasn't dinked over the wall. He could go for the ulti into smite still. He's gone for the ulti over the wall. We got a Jax who's dead here. It's almost dead. Red team managed to pick it up. I don't know what got it. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Smite. Let me slow this down ever so slightly. So for sure, Zinzao did panic smite it there. He panic smite it. But like, what happened? Boom, panic smite comes down. He just auto attacks it. The mad lad just auto attacks the damn thing. The absolute mad lad Warwick. He just hits it with a single dink. He doesn't even think about smiting. He doesn't care. He's got no interest in smiting it, dude. Boom. He is a madman, but he's done it. He's done it right now. I mean, this doesn't even really matter, does it? I mean, you probably want to get out. We were trying to preserve some barons here. So the game's been kind of cracked wide open. That went from very, very good, like a game-winning play with the double counter-strike there, into just like, oh, commiserations. Like, you know, it's gone very... I mean, they tried to surrender. Actually, no, Red side tried to surrender. Wait, Red side tried to surrender after they stole Baron. And 3 of them voted yes. Very curious. I mean, I can see why, right? Like, for sure, it's Warwick, Xerath, and Misfortune who are like, I don't want to be in this game any longer. I don't want to be in this game. Which makes a lot of sense when you think about it. They've had enough. Like, they've definitely, like, they're not really, they don't want to pitch their tent in this garden anymore. They're taking their ball and they're going home. But, like, Yuumi and Quinn, I mean, I'm not saying they can solo win this, because as it's been proven with judicial precedent that a single counter-strike could send them to the moon and back. Oh, he's done it again. That's a big loss. That's not actually as big a miss as I thought it was going to be. That could have been worse. They did manage to get rid of the Quinn. The win condition is the Quinn. So long as they get rid of that, I mean, this bullet time is tickling their taint, dude. This doing nothing. Right? It shredded them a little bit, but it's really not the end of the world if you just tank that. Akali's coming in. Barrier goes down on the Xerath. The E from the Akali does land onto the Misfortune. She misses a Q. You can get it next time, sweetheart. Ollie comes out, hits it. Finally, she's possibly gonna drop the tower though. And Zinzao is very adamant that he's wanting to dive this. Or Yuumi seems adamant that she's gonna 1v3 this. One or the other. I don't really know what's happening right now. A good fight though. Oh, what? That's it. That's it, dude. We have the game plan. Jax, he's died 9 times, dude. But he's like in recent memory, a lot of those deaths have been to bring down that super duper fed Quinn. And at that point, it's kind of worth it, buddy. This is a game that's kind of bust wide open. Like I thought, all right, this is over. Red side have just kind of like hard smurfed on it. But they have 3 people that are clearly not really all that interested in pursuing the game all that much. Blue side are doing pretty well. Like their score is fine across the board. Support Ornn, by the way, is doing exceptionally well. The Kaisa is hitting incredibly hard also. Have to be a little bit careful on that one. But beyond that, I don't think Right of the Arcane, and that's right, Ross learned a bit of a good prediction, actually. That was a nice prediction from the old Xerath there. Warwick ulti misses. We got Quinn Flash coming out. Q from the Kaisa doing a decent amount of damage on the onto the Warwick on the way back. Yuumi ulti comes down. Counter-strike from the Jax. They're tunneled onto the Warwick. If they can just call it quits there, I don't think this is worth pursuing any further. This is not looking good. Don't get into vault range and you should be alright. Right, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take a miniature L here on this tower so that you can get a potential dub a little bit later down the line. I don't really think I want to make predictions necessarily. I'd say, like, as an overall team performance, I think Blue side are a better team-ish. That being said, it's quite clear that there is like a standout player on Red side. That it's just a Quinn stat stick with the Yuumi on the back of it. I don't really consider Yuumi to be like the MVP of this game. Like, she's just kind of right inside saddle. We're kind of throwing things down the train here a little bit. 2 pretty big deaths. 2 people that actually can get onto the Quinn and deal some punishment. We got Kaisa, who's about to be jump scared. Actually, she's kind of maybe going slightly too deep. The bullet time actually does do some pretty decent damage, but now she's trapped between her base and the enemy team. Like, she's trapped between the enemy base and the enemy team. She's between a rock and a hard place. Warwick, once again, characteristically comes in at the end while he's 1v3. He's ready to send it, dude. There's a Xerath firing out Arcano pulses left and right. The Ornn does make an attempt at retreating back towards the enemy team's towers. But it's going to be, what? That's a 4 for 2? Well, realistically, a 4 for 4. That was actually a good fight for blue. They managed to turn it around, like, considerably well. Because they started that fight 2 men down, and then they managed to win, like... It wasn't really a 4v4 or a 2v4, I guess. It was more like a 3v1, v1, v2, v1 or something that kind of went a bit weird. But we got an ace for blue side. Obviously, pings for Baron are coming out, right? They gotta come out. That's just the way it is, right? Pings for Baron are coming out. And they're just going straight there. They ain't playing. Well, one of them, Jax, is going straight there. He ain't playing. He's already started it, dude. Xin Zhao is doing his best to bring down the misfortune. Jax don't care, man. He's like, I wait for no man. He starts it, doesn't care. Red side's still trying to surrender, and 3 of them voted yes again. What's going on? I don't understand this. I mean, it could be Quinn getting annoyed. Maybe it's the everybody else is like, I want to play this out and see how it goes. Maybe the Quinn is just sick of having 20 kills and still being quite easy to kill, really. Are we seeing any grievous wins on the enemy team so far? No. Okay, no Morale and Omicrons. No Executioner's Callings. No Thornmails. I mean, it's literally a perfect time for Ornn to be picking up, really. It's a perfect time for Ornn to be picking up. I don't know why he hasn't. There's no grievous wins on the other team either, really, from what I can see. Oh, no, we do. We have Misfortune. Possibly the smartest player in this game, somehow. 4 and 12? Don't... Okay, like, I'm trying to talk you up. Please don't do things like that when I'm trying to talk you up. Kaisa, stop what you're doing. Stop immediately. Don't be doing what I think you be doing. Because you're 1 Arcano pulse away from an early grave, Sunshine. He went for it. He did try and go for it. Has he got his ulti up? He hasn't actually got ulti up. And, like, you know, Kaisa's... she finally got her comeuppance there. I think that might be the first decent Warwick ulti I've seen this whole game, apart from his ulti onto Baron Pit, actually. He's gonna die. But, Quinn, on the meantime, has just taken 2 inhibitors. There's not really a tremendous... I don't think they're paying any form of attention here, though. Like, Xerath has one objective. It's like when you're playing an FPS game and it becomes less about... You get into an open room, like a newsroom or something, like in COD 4 or something, and then the objective just turns to survive instead of, you know, locate the intel. It just says survive with an open-ended question mark. This is what Xerath has to do. She's just gonna end the damn game. Akali finally realizes, Jax finally realizes, apparently it's too little too late. We have 1 Nexus Tower going down now. They finally managed to back. They're coming out of base. The Akali isn't really in any position to make something happen here to stop this Quinn. They're just going to have to let it happen. She's going to walk away scot-free. Nothing's going to stop her now. She's moving at Mach 10. At any level of coordination, this would be the easiest game of all time. But when you're dealing with this level of coordination where, like, Jax is like, I've somehow ended up in mid lane. I'm like a 90-year-old man. I'm a 134-year-old man and I've lost my way. Then, yeah, you're in a bit of trouble there. Xin, kind of forced to go in on that. It looks like that's going to be the end of the game. I see no way in which the Akali and the Ornn are, like, equipped to deal with these 3 people. That's just the way it is. Yeah, does alright damage. The Quinn is actually taking a decent amount of damage, but the bullet time comes out, shreds the Akali, Rage of the Arcane to finish it off there a little bit, and Quinn finishes the game. We do have all chat. There's been no all chat flaming. I got to see the GG well played though. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this game. Let me know who you think the MVP is down in the description. It can't be Quinn. It's not allowed to be Quinn. That's cheating. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope you do subscribe and give the video a cheeky like if you did enjoy it. If you want to see more of these in the future, get them while you can. If you watched to the end of the video, you're an OG. So presumably this might be something that actually interests you. He's really cool. I like him. He's here so that you can get the full view of him. See everything that you might find interesting. But yeah, thank you so much for the 500 pre-orders. They're going into production. I don't know about as we speak. But yeah, I need to go stand outside because it's really hot in Glasgow. and I'm looking somewhat moist right now. But yeah, have a fantastic day. Take care. See you later.